Chairman Wontumi ejimi appear could be a usino. Chairman Wontumi ya campaign ma ba obiani nyina no. He knows to say he is about to go to jail. Court to say Attorney General Abegina Adekim for weeks. Aka ne nsɛm nyinaa ɛde asɛm ato Chairman Wontumi sɛ ne ngyina so nie. Court ne sɛ Chairman Wontumi kyerɛ sɛ the Attorney General ɛka to usu ne nyinaa no a okuta ne ngyina so no kyerɛ sɛ ɛnya no korɛ. Adentina Chairman Wontumi mpɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ. Chairman Wontumi anko Supreme Court we should expect at least judgment within 3 weeks. Wontumi Samra boy case na ewo court. Remember, Wontumi in some na sebio case mienu na dan so court. Ninya criminal cases. Bako any Samra boy case na akopie court judge a otia kunwum ahye Wontumi say court mra na kire ne say Attorney General presenting the case nyina wi a was say Wontumi so ebeka kire court say in fact kwedu a Attorney General de abom ni nyina no in fact enya no kre we enya no kre menkrata kire say enya no kre ni asama nipa we kan ya obedi adanse ma Attorney General no sa nipa no wanka no kre in fact no kre pa no enie ensama Attorney General jejina so nyina no ni nyina ni nyina so sa na court expect say Wontumi enye na sebio judge no entumi fa no judgment mbra ebesin de Chairman Wontumi say sa de no onye ade ntira emra court ne ka say Wontumi MBA ni case ni defense na ono so emfa de ekuta no a ogina so aka say oni bone ne mra no Wontumi say judge no anje antum ono na sema antum say eni say obi ni defense no or the court appeals court. In fact, judge ni ka say any problem say decision na o take an say judgment no de ba efa say ombie ni judgment onka na asema so onka ni time nyendruye onyanye ready no na Wontumi ka say or the court appeals court judge na nka bibia na judge ni ka say Wontumi nko na onko tie the appeals court for beka na appeals court for ka say ampa odibema omra na sebio na asem no so eni ngina so a omra no monto asem no so ende ejebo Chairman Wontumi ekopie appeals court no appeals court say judge otia asem no so no Samra boy case a Chairman Wontumi ahwaka edwemu a sebio otia asem no so no the judge has not committed any offense. In fact, they believe that the judge has done things right, so Wontumi should go back and basically open his defense for the court to listen to his defense. Then the court at the end of the day will make a final decision. That is the judgment from the judge. So and then what happened is so no pay no now Wontumi akọ appeals court say okutie say yama no hokwa manim bie any case anaseme manenye and the court of appeal throws out Wontumi's request to halt his case at the High Court pending the challenge of the decision for him to open his defense. It did not occur appeals court and say ma case na ekoso no enkoso yemfa tabono nto so until say appeals court be tieda asem nyina wie. And I want to be appeals court and appeals court say was an nyanse bi enim ko na assembly nsie na ko bia defense na sebio judge no so entie na wo westi Ghana for mre because baby asem na kodu no Attorney General e dwuma nyina awie wa church ni nsem nyina or the sebio no witnesses nyina ba they have come to the court, they made their statement, records have been taken. The Attorney General basically closed his case a few weeks ago. So it's up to you, Wontumi, to defend yourself, to prove to the court that whatever allegation the Attorney General is basically putting before the court is a lie. It does not hold. It does not have that evidence to condemn you or to put you in jail. Now, Wontumi and his lawyers are playing this very comical game whereby, for some reason, they don't want to open their defense. They don't want the court to know that they are not guilty of the allegations that has been leveled against them. After court, Wontumi lawyer Oye, a former MP who also lost badly when he was a member of parliament, who was also very corrupt. And through the corruption, his constituents said he was not a leader to lead their constituency. So he was booted out. Chairman Wontumi went to pick a failed lawyer who could not even manage a constituency to lead him in court. And the appeals court, Eto Assembly to Abontino, Wontumi lawyer, Apia Kubi, a failed member of parliament, spoke. And let's go listen to Wontumi, a lawyer. No?
Yeah, your application have been refused.
Yes.
What do you make of it?
Yes, this is the ruling of the court. We applied for a stay as a repeat of the earlier one. The court does not agree with us, The court says that the application for stay is refused, which means that indirectly 2 options: either repeat it or go back to the instant court to prepare our witness statements and continue the case and see the outcome of the case itself. So, in a nutshell, this ruling brings us to the end at the Court of Appeal in respect of the application for stay.
Is there a decision to go up?
We'll have to go back to Chamber and look at the options, and then we'll let you know which line of action we'll take. For now, like I said, we are open to 2 lines of action. One is to go up to the Supreme Court, and the other is to go down to the High Court to continue the proceedings.
When you say either or, is it your point that filing of your witness statement is hinged on your decision whether to go to the Supreme Court or not?
Exactly. If we decide to go to the Supreme Court, we will then proceed to the Supreme Court and pursue the matter there. If we decide to go back to the High Court to continue the proceedings, so we do. So the options are open to us. So we'll go to the Chamber, discuss with our client, and then we'll consider the next line of action.
Thank you.
So this is when they stepped out of court. Chairman is not clocking. We are not clocking today. Today we are opening. We need to be clocking. Today we are unclocking. And to me, can't see any. First, not chairman can see any or can see any. So see how we are unclocking. We cannot clock. We are unclocking. I thought chairman was clocking every day. Clocking. Today chairman is unclocking. And to me, can't see any. I can see any. Chairman is unclocking. Abuata. So right now, this is what happened. Bro, for na a year apia kubi. Unu apia kubi. Chairman Wontumi lawyer no or your corrupt chair kusie. Sa akwa we no ka say imbre bi businessman bi ba parliament. Ena obechiche sika mokai. Ena apia kubi so onim businessman no obeka ka kire OSP. OSP fra apia kubi so omra so ma. Or jiskani bi. I intina wanko kano. And intina me say he's a corrupt a year politician. Or intina ye permanent free parliamenter and wabedane lawyer. Onisika into the chairman Wontumi besi dying. Say chairman e Jimmy. Ontumi kind. Ontumi chro. Into medada sa. Now let's come back to the matter itself. Then na eye apia kubi eke nyina anasa or unclocking nyina na say. Or say ende yewura eye court. Appeals court na atu asem na to atwene. Na ni nyina say appeals court say in sama chairman Wontumi de baye say eni say obie ni defense na in fact yemfa tabono to asem no so kopem say or no appeals court no ebe make judgment no appeals court say o ma make judgment asem no sebio bebi ana judge ni gina ene de judge ni kan nyina ewom omo to aso now yebusa eye chairman Wontumi unclocking lawyer ne say sia no dia na mo beye eno say o ye were 2 options. First option ne say yebeko case no ho biem na yakobia a defense and I say yebeko Supreme Court until you can see. Now, make a chira mo say inkofo we no political criminals no ye chire omo a omo first year no they have money. Second year na omo ni started they will start or Chairman Wontumi appear could be at this juncture he needs a lot of money from Chairman Wontumi because Chairman Wontumi ni beti enche baby a oyi sika na free edi etua ne ka no sika no be start e form enche Chairman Wontumi be start atete so he will have no option than to go to the Supreme Court. Now remember, Chairman Wontumi going to the Supreme Court still delay tactics. And I am very, very sure and convinced to say, Chairman Wontumi will tell Apia Kubi say, on Sanko Supreme Court, not on interpretation on the judgment from the appeals court. Because right now, the only strategy left in England is say, let us delay the court. Let us try and drag the case. Yansha say, you better be in court for the next almost 3 years. Confirm say John Mahama be free power. But you can see clearly, Chairman Wontumi and the lawyers say Chairman Wontumi is not guilty of the crimes ya alleged against him na anka Chairman Wontumi will be a happy man to open his case. Adia ema case easy in say who accuse you be now the court every time the accused say onye guilty and I say ondifo ayana ne ho pre say ebeduru so mana kana asem And that is also a sign to a judge to prove, say, this person knows that he's not guilty and that he has enough evidence to back his claim. Now, the moment an accused person starts to delay a case, starts to drag a case, starts to find reasons for the judge to stop proceedings, then you get to know, say, the accused person has no evidence to cancel out or to make his case that he is not guilty of the crimes leveled against him or her. You are seeing a clear picture of Chairman Wontumi, who does not want to come and open his defense because onim said Attorney General can now in court. No, it is true. Onim said the lawyer Apia Kubi cannot defend all the charges. Onim said there is no way all the charges leveled against him, Chairman Wontumi, he can walk through the cracks without being guilty of even any of the charges. So he knows, Chairman knows his clear-cut, straight jail term. But right now, no, he is doing the technicalities. Right now, no, this is the time Apia Kubi so ebe jinisika. This is the time they are going to make him feel, say, this is the time this is the time they will convince you, say, Fabra. Because now remember, Omuko Supreme Court is going to be a lot of money. The money he spent at the appeals court, he's going to spend 2 times to go to the Supreme Court. Now, of course, Supreme Court now, they will give him some high hopes to say, oh, Supreme Court there, omu interpretation, and let me tell you, from the trajectory, who study cases from where it started and how Chairman Wontumi inconsistently, he has been inconsistent in his presentation in court, providing evidence and even cross-examining the prosecutor's witnesses. You can see clearly, say, Chairman Wontumi lawyer said Chairman Wontumi cannot survive this. They know it. It is a checky trajectory of the case now. The Supreme Court is not stupid. The Supreme Court, they also want cases to be fluid. They also want reasonable reasons to make sure, say, assembly or court to be an without anybody interfering in the process. What the Supreme Court does not like, and they say, you being in the High Court, trying to distract a case and using them as an obstruction. The Supreme Court hates that. And let me tell you, Chairman Wontumi to Supreme Court, but from our lay point, and I say as from our view as laymen who don't need a law degree or we are not lawyers and abibino, you can see clearly say Chairman Wontumi try to obstruct the case. So the Supreme Court rationally will basically apply common sense and say that there is nothing here that is stopping you from opening your case. Go and open your case. In fact, the judge is giving you the opportunity to prove yourself that you are not guilty of the allegations that the Attorney General has leveled against you. So why is it difficult for Chairman Unclocking to open his defense? Why? Because Adeba Kwame Hunene say, Obia Obeko Court Biano, say ondi for na se owo case na owo nyina so a ayana ne ho pre say judge ne man kwan man nka asem. But in this case, Chairman Wontumi say yes can asem so onka. And basically so in simple terms court say Attorney General Abegina Adekem for weeks aka ne nsem nyina e de asem ato Chairman Wontumi say ne nyina so nie. Court say Chairman Wontumi Chireye se the Attorney General can't to usu ni nyina no a okuta ni ngina so no chireye se enya no kure adentina Chairman Wontumi pese obeye. Chairman Wontumi pese obeye free say Chairman Wontumi nim se wabokro no. And per what is happening in court, that is how made by the conclusion that Chairman Wontumi knows he's guilty. Now at this point, Chairman Wontumi ba na adiachi no make say Omaba court, but Oma file case or Supreme Court. Are you going to blame the Attorney General? The Attorney General has done his job. And to me, some Supreme Court. Now, say Chairman Wontumi file case where I will not let it sit in the Supreme Court for more than 2 weeks or even a week. I will sit on that case and bring out my judgment. I am not saying I don't think for the Supreme Court they know the law, they know the interpretation. So I am not going to sit here and say the Supreme Court should do this or should do that. But if I'm the Supreme Court, I should be able to finish this case in 72 hours and tell the two parties or the Chairman Wontumi to go back to the High Court and make sure that, because at this point, does Chairman Wontumi want the Supreme Court to say he does not have to open his case and his defense and what is Chairman Wontumi asking or seeking? The question here is Chairman Wontumi going to the Supreme Court to tell the Supreme Court, say, I don't want to open my defense. In Timonkanche Court, and say, I should not open my defense. And what is his case here? He wants because the appeals court right now, there's no case in the appeals court again. If you are going to the Supreme Court, what interpretation are you going to ask for? Are you going to tell the Supreme Court, say, appeals court judgment, you don't understand, and that or you are going to the Supreme Court to tell the Supreme Court to say, defense is in a CBA, and our defense in a CBA, you think say it is not lawful and that you don't want to open your defense. So case no can be anything. So sometimes you ask yourself, Chairman Wontumi Jimmy appear could be a and the MPP, the core MPP, they don't understand these things. So I will advise the Supreme Court, with all due respect, that this dilly-dallying and Kwasiadia Chairman Wontumi lawyer say, when the case comes, and I know they are going to move to the Supreme Court, that is what they will do. They have no option. Because the Chairman Wontumi and go to Supreme Court, we should expect at least judgment within 3 weeks. So Chairman Wontumi, to me, I'm be the defense. Say Chairman Wontumi, Anko Supreme Court, Nassau Castle Obey the defense. I expect the case to end within a month. It should, maximum a month, it should end. Because what I know, say, from our sources, and a source, in fact, from a post from 1957, and I'm going to say this because I need to tell you where this is coming from. So far, I don't have the facts, but I'll put it on the screen and let Ghana for to know, say, we picked this. We are going to follow up to make sure, say, in fact, no kre ewo sa asebwemu. From what we are seeing on social media, we didn't come up with this list. And we picked this story on social media from the platform of 1957. So I want to be clear because this platform is a very credible platform. I don't want to put some information in the system to me and substantiate. And need to make sure say where this is coming from. No, this is the source that posted this particular story on social media. Now, so study this is what is going around. Chairman Wontumi be any defense and the witnesses no any this way and the alleged witnesses are Chairman Wontumi ocean the case a woman. The witnesses are mobile bontene ababeka in favor of Chairman Wontumi court. Now, counsel for Chairman Wontumi presents 5 possible defense witnesses in the ongoing criminal case. And who are these witnesses? 1, we are talking about Kobi Ochredakun. Kobi Ochredakun, a former Kobina Ochredakun, or a former Western Regional Minister. He is that criminal. He was involved in serious illegal mining and the driver at the $16 million Ghana cedis a Ghana to date. Driver he is a galamseya. Kobi Ochredakun. Or no, ena imrebi okotna constituency before election 2024. Another contest aspiring MP. Ekatre galamse for say. Anytime the police, the military come to their constituency to stop them from mining, they should attack them because they have the right to attack and kill. This is Kobi Ochredakun. For our checks, the stories making headline rounds on social media, source 1957. Kobi Ochredakun, a former regional minister who is an active illegal miner, a criminal, a very corrupt politician, is Chairman Wontumi's witness. 2. Yefra Abrantie bi Owusu Achiao. Say also Chairman Wontumi witness, another corrupt criminal who is part of the illegal cartel in Ghana. He is also Chairman Wontumi's witness. We are hoping, say, all these people will show up in court as witnesses for Chairman Wontumi. But what will be? I will tell you something. I'll show you something. So you see, Kobi Ochredakun, and the second guy, a friend, Kwabena Dakun. Now, Kobi Ochredakun, Odinam can ask some children involved in the galamsey big time. Sir Francis Owusu Achiao, Chairman Wontumi a sponsor no. Man by MP. He is a hardened illegal miner. Chairman Wontumi sponsor as a friend. Francis Owusu Achiao. Chairman Wontumi the chia sika. All the kululus to get this guy into parliament. Into only the second witness to for Chairman Wontumi. Now third witness. obi a yɛfrɛ no Gomashi Wisdom Edem yɛnya wo ni kwasi ampanyi baako wom. Another criminal corrupt person who says say he is going to be a witness for Chairman Wontumi. Until you can connect the dots. Now you see the strategy they are playing. They have put 2 former land ministers in their witness. It won't say you will be to say Nitiwo and Mrekuduka. These are people who Omaye Juma our land ministry before. Mrekuduka used to be a former land minister. So you see what they are doing? They are using the criminals who gave Chairman Wontumi the room to enter our forest to come and tell us to say Chairman Wontumi did not commit any crime. So you see, now the same people who basically gave Chairman Wontumi the room, the access, Chairman Wontumi run Western region, ran Sasimu, na Kobi Ochidakune regional minister. So you see what he's doing? He's trying to use the regional minister to protect Boni Okodin Western region. Mrekuduka, a former land minister. Nitiwo, a former minister. So he's using these people. Kobi Ochidakun, Francis, new job in MP. Chairman Wontumi the sponsor the MPship na Okura Parliament. So you can see, say, when you connect the dots, they are using the same people who are serving you as their defenders. These are criminals. They open our forest for Chairman Wontumi to go in there and destroy the nation. Near to Kromha and the Minerals Commission capture Ghana for say Chairman Wontumi is a criminal. He entered our forest without permission. He actually entered our forest not only license, only the license to mine. There was a document. You and I, we saw the Minerals Commission. That same time, Nana Addo Dankwa Kromfo no achichide na obedi president no, the certificateless liar no. Nana Addo Dankwa stood before Ghanaians and defended Chairman Wontumi and told us to say Minerals Commission for na bodam na ono ne Chairman Wontumi na owie sika ma no otu egudie ma no or say Ghana SARS no. Nana Addo Dankwa without shame defended Chairman Wontumi and threw the state institution under the bus. All because not Chairman Wontumi etu egudie na a lot of gold no na or the sponsor Kufuado's the Jubilee House. So Kufuado was so bold, abra a state agency yamano that the authorization to conduct investigations to make sure nobody mines in Ghana illegally, nobody goes into a forest without licensing. When Minerals Commission Bible because the Chairman Wontumi assassin or to a good year or sensio or say a forest, Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuado by TV so before the nation and told us to say Minerals Commission for Bodam or no MPP Chairman Wontumi enye boni, but there were documents to it. There were evidence to it. This is a Kufuado telling us to say Minerals Commission for Bodam, the Chairman Wontumi no to a good year and fan ho until he is not guilty.
Before I take my seat, let me respond briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. And all of you that Akonta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. Further, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has, through the agency of the Forestry Commission, with the assistance of the military, made the effort to cordon off all 294 sites of forest reserves in the country and rid them of illegal mining as we speak. We will continue to work to ensure that this situation remains permanent. And all of you, that Akonta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. Let me respond briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. Further, let me respond briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akonta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak.
So why didn't Chairman Wontumi add Ekufuado to the witnesses? Because it looks like Nana Danko Ekufuado na onona or all the evidence to prove to Ghana for say Chairman Wontumi wasn't into illegal mining. A whole precedent, a state agency at the state of Ababontin, Ekufuado defended Chairman Wontumi, told us in our faces that Chairman Wontumi's Akonta mining wasn't involved in any illegal mining. A whole precedent. The bodyguard in Channel. This is where we were a few years ago. We got a precedent to be Bejina Ghana for him. Abra, Minerals Commission, it may release statements. President ne kachire we nim say Minerals Commission statement don't release na yankwasi asem. Ni nipa na oye galamse no. The whole Ghana obi antumi nkase Chairman Wontumi ye galamse. This is where we were. When na president, when mu na yenkwa for mu die so. Now why do you think Chairman Wontumi Bawumia wants Chairman Wontumi to lead the MPP? It is because concessioner Chairman Wontumi da ho Ghana no. That is the concession money they will be using to support Bawumia's campaign. Chairman Wontumi ya campaign ma Bawumia ni nyina no. He knows say he is about to go to jail. He knows say so Wontumi ya concession is ready. No mo di wie mama Bawumia. Ebia Bawumia ba power in 22 years he Chairman Wontumi will leave prison. That is why they are all following Chairman Wontumi, because Sikebia Chairman Wontumi at the share Bawumia campaign muno illegal money illegal mining sika. So you see, it is so dangerous to even think about Bawumia being president in the next 20 years. Because you see, Bawumia has surrounded himself with criminals. Obia or support to Bawumia campaign, especially Chairman Wontumi. Why do you think say MPP for Munyansa? They will not even think of making Chairman Wontumi, who is going to go to jail, default. Why do you think they are still insisting? Because Bawumia Legend say Chairman Wontumi be national chairman NDC a court no entumi prosecute no entumi fanintum efri say Ghana for beka say den yachi MPP for national chairman akotum. But Chairman Wontumi say jail no also kwa. I am sure say court cases way they will end before NPP will go into their elections. And they are doing everything possible to rig, because Bawumia believes say galamse sika nkwa na betumi aboa ne campaign. Recently, Okoka Kata on a year before no. Now they went to sell Ghana's information because almost pay sponsors from Qatar to come and sponsor Bawumia's campaign. Iti mami underestimate the MPP for mami ka bibi nchiremo. So I Ghana na oshemia mami nchiro bibi. The things I know in Ghana politics, unim 1%. And nyamin pengu, and it is never going to happen. When treatment Bawumia ne Ekufuado de mo femu 8 years no. And abana moto ye na mo sesa mo nsa mo de tumi ene parliament bibia ma NDC no. Se mo ye mistake na mo tam tumi ma MPP e kire ku na mo tumi to MPP free power. Tie me. Me say sa election year mo tutia mo 2020 by force omotena power, because we all know they lost the 2020 elections. We all know. Nana Danko Ekufuado, he lost it. Now 2024 election we lose 38%. No? Still they don't understand. Anything Samira na would now draw so she still doesn't get it why they didn't win the elections. No. Mameka vinchamo. Samu Jimmy mo. Samu mamu Jimmy ni bete. Na mu didi nkwasi asem yechi. Na mu adwene mo say it is politics as usual. Na mu tam to me ma MPP in 20 years Samu betume MPP free power e kire mu di ku. You may be MPP bedi Ghana, you will have no idea. You people, you will never forget, and that will be the beginning of the end of this country, Ghana. Bre. Now, as usual, Ghana for your Jimmy Nibete. Me I have nothing to lose. Oh, I have nothing to lose. Now, bre. Mutam to me she MPP say mu di omeye. You saw the way they killed people, and they are not even shy about it. They murdered their own. JB Dankwa, John Kuma, they murdered their own party people. They did not even flinch. Okay? The NPP are angry. They are pissed off. The amount of money they were stealing. How anam come somebody ejapade PDS ebe wiamo gudie sibia jena osa omu senanka oso mu ye omu anya moji to me from nsem no. Now they are so angry and so pissed off with you people say so omunya to me ekire mu di ku ekire bia mu bo omu nipa na odi enim no tuo ansa ma to me. They will never hand over power again, because you see what Akufo-Addo did in 2020 oku nipa na odan kuta power mo anka hwe no. They felt to say anke Akufo-Addo ye more in 2024 ankom kuta power. Let me explain it to you. They see 2020 yeku nipa be 8 Akufo-Addo G to me yanka bibia na yetena mu another 4 years no. They felt to say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene Bawumia, they should have done more to keep power in 2024. Now they feel say you people have not been grateful. More for 2 minutes, more man twaso. Those who were enjoying, stealing from your coffers. They are still pissed off. Adentina, Nana inti the anger towards Akufo-Addo in the MPP, no. It is because Bawumia wanted to do 2 times of what Akufo-Addo did. But you see, we as a people, no, we were determined to change them. The reason why they lost the elections, till date, Samira Bawumia Dahuna Mundroso, she still does not understand how Nikunus Bawumia lose the elections, And today I'm catching Ghana for say elections na MPP lose, It is not mere campaign. The will of God in Tina MPP lose the elections, And it's so they don't understand how they lost the elections, because Sanka niswa what God pumped into us, that spirit of eagerness, that willingness to save our nation, and nona onyamedi ma ya ye decide say betu nkofo. If you are not even spiritually inclined, remember sankofo and nantindro so chen obia wo Ghana, and wherever they went, the places they went to sacrifice human beings are still at the end of the day they lost that election. 38%. They are still angry because one omo kunipa enya to me, that thing is still hunting them. They did things normal people don't do. And not that till date. So with here MPP focus, sometimes you ask yourself, Oma Bodamana, it is not so Oma Bodam. They still cannot get over it to say they lost the elections. Ever seen there, Bawumia still doesn't believe he lost the elections. And Nayiri every night is fighting him and telling him he's a fool because he was supposed to take over the elections. He was supposed to do worse than the Akufo-Addo. He would have kept the power. But Bawumia de Biaka and say, "What Samira? A dear na wa mamanye. A dear na yanye, a dear na yan fengu form, a dear na yensie. Why are we not in power?" So they have a big problem at home. The anger in Samira, the anger in the leadership of the MPP. What they are going through today are Ghana for any atia. Young person if we fool, ye Jimmy ni sa bete. Now you enjoy democracy, now you refi and Wontumi, because you refi adiantem. You nya a little bit of comfort, but you refi problems. Ye Jimmy ni sa bete. Ye Jimmy ni sa bete. Now you sa be Jimmy and say, oh, where their politics, and they get hold, they grab power. Do you know what Samira Bawumia will do with power? Lady, do you know what she would do with power? Now, second lady cry, you saw what she did with power of her private jet, Ekosra Kunkumbaja, Obubunko for dying to go here as a second lady who was not assured of power to be the first lady. At that time, this is a woman who has no umbilical cord or Ghana. Onya Ghana niba. Yeku Ghana niya, she does not feel it like me. When Ghanaians are murdered on the streets of Ghana, na empete edi omunama, Samira and cannot say me because she is not a Ghanaian. She is looking at power. She does not care. Anybody who stands before and not between on any power, you are a casualty. And I have a reason for saying this. That Samira Beifona Muhuni Salini Kruno, the pain in the heart of these people. Say a mistake near time to me man we are done. Actually coup and a bit too free power. Actually coup. Because you see, idea a year of inspiration and they say Akufo-Addo killed and nobody did anything. Why didn't we kill more in 2024 to maintain the power? They still don't understand. So Ghanaians need to go through pain to understand. So they are marking time. They are marking time. And then I'm going to say, the government of today, NDC Abino, whatever they are doing today, they are doing well. And remember, it is not going to be rosary. Definitely, at a point, the government is going to hit a block. But it still does not give a reason to any Ghanaian need to hand over power to Ghanaians. Never. Never in the history of Ghana. We should not attempt that. You need to understand that. Me debi America, me ma, ene me yere. The American citizens. Say me be too better Ghana. Now me fejemwa, at least I've secured my wife and my kids. But what about you? Obama Fulani, a point will come, people will be killed on the streets of Ghana. So the Tumima MPP, they wouldn't care because they are taking inspiration from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.